Davao na i-encourage ang mga Davaoenos to help and support the campaign of the city to combat terrorism. Maukini ang culture of security. May nakita, dapat magsalita. Unsa ba ang 4 acts of the culture of security? Volunteer. Kunang tayo mo painom sa mga inspection sa mga lugar, sama sa mga checkpoints, entrance sa mga establishments, o sa mga venues sa mga selebrasyon o events para masiguro nga walay nagabitbit o mga ginadiling mga butang sama sa IED, armas, inagiban, droga o uban pa. Report. Kung ikaw makabantay ng mga kadudahang kalibutan sa usa ka individual o grupo, takip na mga unattended baggage, i-report dayon kini sa pinakaduol nga otoridad o tawag sa 911. I-report ang mga individual o grupo na nagapang-recruit para manggubot o gapang-recruit para moapil sa mga teroristang grupo sama sa NPA, ISIS-inspired, lakip niini ang Abu Sayyaf, BIFF o uban pa. Remind, kanunay na ipahinumdum sa mga higala o pamilya ang tanang security, safety o health regulations dinhi sa Davao City. Participate. Ginaauhag ang tanan na kanunayon ang aktibong suporta sa pagpatuman sa tanang security measures sa eskwelahan, simbahan, komunidad, ingon man sa opisina o trabahoan. May nakita, dapat magsalita. Kitang tanan adunay responsibilidad kung angay na mag-igmat sa tanang oras o panahon. Tinumdumi ang 4 acts of the culture of security. Volunteer, report, remind, and participate.
Pwede tayo diri sa taas. Oo. Lingkod lang kita.
Okay, sir.
Pwede diri ka nakita.
Okay, sir.
Diri ka pwede mo
Diri sa baba.
Diri lang kita.
Salamat, sir. Thank you.
requesting everyone to please settle down. The program will begin shortly. Again, requesting everyone to please settle down. The program will begin shortly. Announcing the arrival of the Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines, Honorable Sara Duterte. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to the oath-taking ceremony of our newly elected local government officials and members of the House of Representatives in Davao City. Please rise for the invocation and the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, and tayo ay Davaoenuhin.
Loving God, our Creator, source of all life and wisdom, we come before you as people of many faiths, united by a shared desire for peace, justice, and compassion. Guide us to see beyond our differences, to find strength in our shared humanity, so that we may live in harmony as brothers and sisters. Help us work together for the good of all people, to care for the earth, to protect your creation, and to be instruments of your love in our world. In our diversity, may we find unity. In our differences, may we find respect. And in our shared journey, may we find you. Amen.
unfold. And to formally welcome us all, please welcome the outgoing Vice Mayor of Davao City, Honorable J.
The Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines, Z. Duterte. Good afternoon, ma'am. The former President of the Republic of the Philippines and now Mayor-elect of the City of Davao, Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Mayor Sebastian Duterte, now Vice Mayor-elect of Davao City. The Congressman from the 3 congressional districts of Davao City, Congressman Pulong Duterte of the 1st District, Congressman Omar Duterte of the 2nd District, the 24 duly elected and proclaimed city councilors of Davao City from the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd District, including myself, of course. Blessed good afternoon. We have here members from the Diplomatic Corps. We have our deputy mayors, beloved Senator of the Republic of the Philippines, Senator Bongo. Good afternoon, sir. Members of the judiciary, we have here present this afternoon Judge Marito Aves, Regional Trial Court, Judge Tolentino Rojas, Regional Trial Court as well, and Justice from the Court of Appeals, Justice Jill Hogan Law. Good afternoon. I hope I have not missed anyone. Also, let me also acknowledge the presence of our Congressman from the PPP party list, Congressman Duterte, sir. And officials from the PPP Laban party, good afternoon as well. My fellow workers in government, friends, the respective relatives and guests, friends from the media, good afternoon. Welcome to the inaugural ceremony and oath-taking of the newly elected local government officials and members of the House of Representatives. Thank you, and once again, good afternoon.
Thank you, Honorable J. Jr. We will now begin the oath-taking ceremony. We will start with the newly elected officials from the 3rd Congressional District of Davao City. May we invite Judge Marie Estrellita Tolentino Rojas to administer the oath of the newly elected councilors of the 3rd Congressional District of Davao City. Requesting our first batch of 3rd District councilors and their family members to please come forward. Our first batch, Honorable Alberto Una and Honorable Lorenzo Benjamin Villafuerte.
Sir, can you please raise your right hand? And I, please state your name,
I, Alberto P. Unga,
of
of Davao City,
having been elected to the position of,
having been elected to the position of Councilor of the 3rd District of Davao City,
hereby solemnly swear
hereby solemnly swear
that I will faithfully discharge,
that I will faithfully discharge,
to the best of my
to
ability,
the best of my ability,
the duties of my present position
the duties of my present position,
and of all others
and of all others
that I may hereafter hold,
I may hereafter hold
under the Republic of the Philippines,
under the Republic of the Philippines,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will obey the laws,
and I will obey the laws,
legal orders, and decrees
legal orders, and decrees
promulgated
promulgated
by the duly constituted authorities
by the duly constituted authorities
of the Republic of the Philippines,
of the Republic of the Philippines,
and that I impose this obligation
and that I impose this obligation
upon myself voluntarily,
upon myself voluntarily,
without mental reservation
without mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you and congratulations to our first batch of counselors. Moving forward to our second batch. Honorable Bay Bundra Cassandra Dominique Advincula, Honorable Antoinette Principe Castrones, and Honorable Rachel Zosobrado.
Okay. Can you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I state your name,
Rachel P. Zosobrado
of
Davao City,
having been elected to the position of
having been elected to the position of Councilor, 3rd District of Davao City,
hereby solemnly swear
hereby solemnly swear
that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
the duties of my present position
the duties of my present position
and of all others
and of all others
that I may hereafter hold
that I may hereafter hold
under the Republic of the Philippines.
under the Republic of the Philippines,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will obey the laws,
that I will obey the laws,
legal orders and decrees
legal orders and decrees
promulgated
promulgated
by the duly constituted authorities
by the duly constituted authorities
of the Republic of the Philippines,
of the Republic of the Philippines,
and that I impose this obligation upon myself
and that I impose this obligation upon myself
voluntarily without mental reservation
voluntarily without mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you to our second batch. Our third batch. Honorable Trisha and Honorable Mirna Dalodo Ortiz.
Can you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I state your name.
I, Jose Rody Bernardo Arbaluna,
Of
Davao City,
having been elected to the position of
having been elected to the position of Councilor, 3rd District of Davao City,
hereby solemnly swear
hereby solemnly swear
that I will faithfully discharge my ability
I will faithfully discharge to the best of my ability
the duties of my present position
the duties of my present position
and of all others that I may hereafter hold
and of all others that I may hereafter hold
under the Republic of the Philippines,
under the Republic of the Philippines,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will obey the laws,
that I will obey the laws,
legal orders, and decrees
legal orders, and decrees
promulgated
promulgated
by the duly constituted authorities
by the duly constituted authorities
of the Republic of the Philippines,
of the Republic of the Philippines,
and that I impose this obligation upon myself
that I impose this obligation upon myself
voluntarily, without mental reservation
without mental
or evasion.
or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you and congratulations to our 3rd District councilors. This time, may we invite Associate Justice Jill Rose S. Haugando to administer the next oath. Please welcome Congressman-elect Isidro T. Ungag together with his family.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Isidro T. Ungag
Of
of Kalinan, Davao City,
having been elected to the position of
having been elected to the position of Congressman, 3rd District, Davao City,
hereby solemnly swear
hereby solemnly swear
that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
to the best of my
to
ability
the best of my ability
the duties of my present position
the duties of my present position
and of all others
and of all others
that I may hereafter hold
that I may hereafter hold
under the Republic of the Philippines.
under the Republic of the Philippines,
That I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same.
and allegiance to the same,
That I will obey the laws,
that I will obey the laws,
legal orders,
legal orders,
and decrees
and decrees
promulgated
by
the duly constituted authorities
the duly constituted authorities
of the Republic of the
of the
Philippines.
Republic of the Philippines,
And that I impose this obligation
and that I impose this obligation
upon myself voluntarily
upon myself voluntarily,
without mental reservation
without or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So,
Congratulations.
Congratulations. We will now hear the message of Congressman Isidro Ungag.
President Sara Duterte, Senator Christopher Bongo, Justice Jill Rose Hogan Locke, Mayor Sebastian Duterte, honored guests, beloved colleagues, and my fellow Davaoeños, good afternoon. Today, I stand before you with a heart overflowing with gratitude. Your trust, your support, and your unwavering faith have made possible my re-election as your representative of the 3rd District of Davao City. For this, I offer my deepest thanks. This is my 3rd and final term as your representative. Since I first talked to them, this year I celebrate 3 decades or 30 years in public service. I remember stepping into the halls of this Sangguniang for the very first time as a city councilor in 1995. Time indeed moves so fast. The years have passed like the blink of an eye. But my commitment to work, to serve my constituents, and to uplift my district has always been there. Serbisyo sa katawhan ug ang pagpadayon sa kalabuan sa ikatulong distrito. These have always been my guiding light. Time has turned several pages of my life, and with them, I must accept that I have already aged. I became a senior citizen during the eventual days of COVID-19, and just last May 8, I turned 64. Yes, the hair may be gray, and the vigor of youth have slowed, but the fire of idealism still burns within me. The passion for development is always there. My love for our country remains glowing, and my faith in a just God who shapes the destinies of men and nations remains forever in my heart. Much has transpired since we filed our certificates of candidacy last October. The city felt the election fever so early, and we witnessed challenges to our democracy. Unscrupulous distribution of ayuda or aid, attempts to sway the will of the people, and violations of the sacred trust that elections strictly demand. Yet, despite being the underdogs, despite facing well-funded opponents, the Hugpong candidates triumphed. In every barangay, in every precinct, we have prevailed. This is a victory, not just for us, but for every Davaoeño who believes in honest, clean, and principled leadership. This is a record-breaking triumph, a chapter in our city's history that will be remembered for generations. Yet, let us not forget that victory is never without its cost. The national stage brought its own storms. The impeachment of the Vice President on the eve of the campaign recess and the extraordinary rendition of former President Rodrigo Duterte. These events ignited protests and stirred the hearts of the Davaoeños and Filipinos alike. In this election, the people of Davao City spoke with one voice, a voice of protest and a voice of affirmation for the Duterte brand of leadership that has guided our city through the years. let me take this opportunity, let me take this moment to thank and congratulate Vice Mayor and incoming Acting City Mayor si Baste Duterte, whose steady hand and unwavering leadership guided us through the campaign, even in the absence of our standard bearer. Mayor Baste, your courage and resolve led us to this hard-fought victory. As I close, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to all those who have stood by me in my 30 years of public service and will never be forgotten. You, my prayers, as you have always been. Daghang kayong salamat. May we continue to serve, to strive, and to dream for a brighter Davao City. Maayong hapon sa tanan.
Very much, Congressman Ungab. We will now proceed to the oath-taking ceremony of the newly elected councilors of the 2nd Congressional District of Davao City. May we invite Judge Mario Duaves to administer the oath. Requesting our first batch of 2nd District councilors to please come forward. Our first batch, Honorable Diosdado Angelo Jr. Mahipos and Honorable Ralph Abella.
Kindly please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I,
Diosdado Angelo Jr. R. Mahipos,
having been elected
having been elected
to the position of Councilor 2nd District of Davao City,
to the position of Councilor 2nd District of Davao City,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to faithfully discharge
to faithfully discharge
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
the duties of my position
the duties of my position
and of all others
and of all others
that I may hereafter hold.
that I may hereafter hold,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance,
obey the laws, legal orders and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities
promulgated by the duly constituted authorities
of the Republic of the Philippines.
of the Republic of the Philippines,
And that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily,
and that I impose this obligation on myself voluntarily,
without mental reservation
without mental
or purpose of evasion.
or for purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Our first batch of 2nd District councilors have now taken their oath. Thank you and congratulations. And our second batch, Honorable Louis John Bunguyan, Honorable Janine Buston Batilod, and Honorable Ryan Alejandre.
the position of Councilor 2nd District of Davao City,
the position of Councilor 2nd District of Davao City,
do solemnly swear to faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of my position and of all others that I may hereafter hold, that I will bear true faith and allegiance, obey the laws, legal orders and decrees, promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations.
Congratulations and thank you to all our 2nd District Councilors. We will now proceed to the oath-taking ceremony of the newly elected councilors of the 1st Congressional District of Davao City. May we invite again Judge Mario Duaves to administer the oath. Requesting our 1st District councilors to please come forward. Our first batch, Honorable J. Melchor Kitain Jr. and Honorable Luna Maria Dominic Acosta Mandico.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I,
Luna Maria Dominic Acosta Mandico,
having been elected to the position of Councilor 1st District of Davao City,
to the position of Councilor, 1st District of Davao City,
do solemnly swear
to faithfully discharge
to the best of my ability the duties of my position and of all others that I may hereafter hold, that I will bear true faith and allegiance, obey the laws, legal orders and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you and congratulations to our first batch of City Council.
Ladies
and gentlemen, we would like to announce that Vice Mayor Sebastian Baste Duterte will not proceed to the City Hall of Davao for his speech as scheduled. He will deliver his speech at the Sangguniang Panlungsod. To our guests at the City Hall grounds, you may still watch our Vice Mayor deliver his speech via the lead wall. To our barangay captains, you shall have your photo opportunity with Vice Mayor at the Sangguniang Panlungsod. For your understanding. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, would like to announce that Vice Mayor Sebastian Baste Duterte will not proceed to the City Hall of Davao for his speech as scheduled. He will deliver his speech at the Sangguniang Panlungsod. To our guests in the hall grounds, you may still watch our Vice Mayor deliver his speech via the lead wall. To our barangay captains, you shall have your photo opportunity with Vice Mayor at the Sangguniang Panlungsod. Thank you for your understanding.
Guys, papasok muna tayo doon sa mismong sanggunian. Para mas makita niyo po maayos yung speech ni Vice Mayor Baste Duterte.
Having been elected to the position of council for 6 Davao City.
Vice Mayor? Dili daw siya makano. Dito daw siya magpadayo ng speech. Makasulod na dito, dili. Makasulod na. Ibuhagi ng das mayor dito.
The duties of our position.
Ha?
And all hours.
Kasi dapat unta. Ito siya. Yung announce nga, dili. Daw sa diha makakuha.
Obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines. And that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily, without any consideration or purpose of obligation.
So, papunta tayo sa sanggunian mga sir, para mas marinig natin ng mas maayos yung speech ni Vice Mayor Baste Duterte at para mas makita rin natin si VP Inday Sara. Ito po yung sanggunian ng Davao City. Ayan. So, susubukan natin kung makapasok po tayo. Okay, tama. So, ang tabay lang po mga sir. Papasok po tayo sa mismong sanggunian. Yes po. Taas mo sir. Taas sir, pwede dari siya sa third floor. hapon, sir. Diri ta? Hmm? Sa media. Vloggers na Venezuela. Yan na kayo.
Di na mo siya nagsusunod. Basta magkano lang. Hindi na mo. Basta igusto mo yung space lang. Cover lang. Sa poll niya ako. Poll na lang. Poll na ginawa.
Mahal ko. Salamat. Balik ako dito. Balik na tayo dito. Sige. Beng! Beng! Balik ko dito.
Thank you and congratulations. The Vice Mayor will now deliver his message.
Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte, Senator Bongo, Senator Bato de la Rosa, Attorney Jimmy Bondok, Attorney J.B. Inlo, Attorney Raul Lambino,
Dr. Richard Mata, Attorney Vic Rodriguez, and Mr. Philip Salvador, members of the diplomatic corps, newly elected Congressmen of Davao City, members of the incoming 21st Davao City Council, members of the security cluster, deputy mayors, fellow public servants, other esteemed guests, Davaoenos, sa mga naminaw na ko diha anas gawas at mga barangay captain o sa itong mga kagawad. O especially sa ako ang mama, maayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. We are here to honor the trust that our fellow Davaoenos have given us. We owe this renewed mandate to everyone who believes in transparency, accountability, peace, and security. Despite facing the administration's machinery in the last elections, Davao City emerged victorious. Money did not win, principles did. Those who sought to divide us were all defeated. We crushed them. This resounding victory was not only felt in Davao City, but also echoed in key areas across Visayas and Luzon. For that, we are forever grateful. Now we turn our focus to the work ahead. The past 3 years have been remarkable for Davao City. We thank our barangay officials, our safety and security cluster, the entire workforce of the city government, and our hardworking, disiplinadong Davaoenos. We have come this far because of all of you. The city's income continues to grow from 5.1 billion pesos in 2022 to 5.9 billion pesos in 2024. Our gross domestic product has significantly increased from 495 billion in 2022 to 532 billion in 2023, reflecting the strength of our local products and economy. Our tourism industry continues to bounce back. We reached over 1.8 million tourist arrivals in 2024, more than double the 897,406 recorded in 2022. Most notably, more than 263 billion pesos worth of investments were made in Davao City in 2024 alone, 10 billion more than in 2022. The number of registered businesses also rose from 44,935 in 2022 to 46,964 in 2024. Davao City remains insurgency-free, and we continue to operate debt-free. The prudent use of the people's money has allowed us to strengthen our emergency response services, advance digitalization, and expand education and health services. These efforts underscore our commitment to ensuring that government funds sourced from Davaoenos are returned to Davaoenos through tangible and meaningful projects. Sustaining this momentum is everyone's responsibility. From this day forward, everything we do must promote socio-economic growth and improve the quality of life for all. As we open 21st Davao City Council, we will introduce legislation focusing on health, peace and order, housing, food security, and digitalization. We will allocate a substantial budget to education, targeting increased scholarships for poor and deserving Davaoeno students. We will earmark more funds to build additional classrooms and learning facilities. We must invest in our future by investing in the education of our children today. Let it be clear also, we will protect Davao City. Our policies are straightforward. Criminals are not welcome here. We are here to implement the law. We expect everyone to comply with the city's laws and policies to ensure order in our communities. We will not compromise the future of our city for anyone's personal interest. We will continue to teach our children the value of honesty and discipline. A peaceful and orderly city is a product of our respect for the law. We would not be enjoying Davao City today if not for the landmark ordinances and policies crafted by our predecessors. We must honor them by ensuring that these are sustained for the benefit of our children. We will not give you a government that tolerates abuse or wrongdoing. Government exists to ensure equal opportunities and justice for all, whether you are rich or poor. But Davaoenos, you must do your part. Work honestly and obey the law. Together, we will build a just and fair society. Selfishness and greed keep us from moving forward as a nation. Money can build communities, but it can also destroy them. As citizens, we must hold fast to our values and principles. Put the welfare of the people first. Think of our children's future. Work to leave them a city that is rich, just, and sustainable. To my fellow public servants, never forget the will of the people that brought us here. We must always listen to our constituents. We need to be even more proactive, and we must address community concerns swiftly and sensibly. To my fellow Davaoenos, we ask for your continued cooperation as we move toward a more secure and productive future. We know Davao City better than anyone else. We know its strengths, and we also acknowledge its weaknesses. Its growth and success rely on all of us. People in government cannot do this alone. We all need to do our part and contribute to nation building. The day will come when our forefathers will look upon us with pride, knowing we protected the city they built and led it to even greater heights. Daghang salamat sa inyong tanan.
red carpet, green lang yun.
Doon sila dadaan. Okay, mga dyan ito. Tanong ako, dagan kayo. Basta na sila. Ito dito. Dito ako kayo. Sino ako yun ang sama? Sa kanya, nasa tapos. Gusto ko sa homeowners, gusto ko sa homeowners. Area ko guard. Wala, problema na yun. Save. Paano kung homeowners yung tira ko? Paano? Dito, tayo po, nagutang na siya doon. Pinsan. Wala din pinus din. Ninyo. Ginawa niya sa TikTok.
Minsan na ako akong live kay kasi sakpan ko.
Lucis.
Minsan na ako akong live.
Nagbubutan sa nasa bro. Ayaw yun, nakapasya bracelet to. Pagkakunuli ka niya doon, halag bamutan doon. Bilang ay, wala niya ako. Makapapicture ka. Makapapicture ka. Hindi mo na lang. Hindi mo na. Isenso na ninyo. Masaya kapsul.
munisipyo. Satu, benar saya jauh kira-kira.
YouTuber yan. Hello?
Balikan natin yung history, guys. Ito po, 8 Sangguniang Panglungsod, City of Davao City, May 2, 1986 to November 27, 1987. And unang nanilbihan si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte dito sa Davao City bilang OIC Vice Mayor. May 1986 hanggang 1987. Naman noong February 1988 hanggang June 1992. Sana po ay mayor. Ito, 1992 hanggang 1995 na-re-elect bilang mayor ulit si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte. (1995 to 1998). Ay, nandito po si Ma'am Jazz. Jazz Egan, nandito po. Ma'am Jazz. Ma'am Jazz. Murag manika. Dito dumaan po si Ma'am Jazz, ayan. At baka dito rin dadaan sila Vice Mayor Baste Duterte tsaka si Ma'am VP Inday Sara. Nasa loob pa po. exit, no? Lagi sila beautiful. Si Attorney Jimmy Bondoc andito po. Si Doc Mata, Doc Marites Mata. We are hoping guys na dito rin dadaan si VP Inday Sara at si Vice Mayor Baste Duterte. Since dito dumaan si Sir Philip Salvador, si Attorney Jimmy Bondoc, si Doc Marites Mata at si Miss Jace Egan. Palit rin eh. Oh.
Ay, gisumpay rin ako.
Mataod-taod siya.
Ay, clip, pila ko inan.
Tang-tang.
Pila inan sa kanila.
Na 500 na.
Kani?
Oo, kanina. Pero dito na siya.
Dili nga maana.
Sa puso mo, bro, yan.
Ikaw yung gyapon.
Tapos mo, ano?
Wag ko siya. Nasa maka-order na siya. May gyapon.
Oo, sabi.
Ilan ang
Philippine 500. Buha ako nila eh. Dapat nila isa sa bandera.
Ano inan?
Oo.
Uy, gwapo siya. Ryan,
Sabit-sabit na lang kasi mo.
kung in case,
Isa na sa tripod eh.
Kung siya, pwede na i-connect na rin.
Kaya mo palit yung isa para tripod. Para di na ka mo bunga kung isa ka tripod o pag bunga yung sa ito.
Oo,
Kabit-kabit
pero
na.
ganito, nakakarapat ko ano na yun. Palit lang mag-iwan. Kaya, by one week one.
Sila. Tapos wala.
Oo, yun na.
Kaya
Nakapipit. Yan, dapat din may glass. Dapat din may shutter. Sige ako naman sa atin. May shutter na.
Ayan na po si Attorney Vic Rodriguez. Medyo malayo pa. Dito na po si Attorney Vic Rodriguez, naisog. Ito si Senator Bongo andito rin po. Nakalabas na rin si Senator Bongo. Sunod-sunod na to mga ma'am, mga sir. Ayan, tabay lang po. Si Attorney Vic Rodriguez. Babawi po yan sa 2028. Iboto po natin yan. Tawagan lang. Udol mo na, tawagan lang. dumaan na po si Senator Bongo, si Attorney Vic Rodriguez, si Doc Marites Mata, si Attorney Jimmy Bondo, si Sir Philip Salvador, si Miss Jassy Egan, dumaan na rin po. Nasa baba po si Senator Bongo, ayan po. Wala pong pinipili yan, basta gusto magpa-selfie, pa-picture, pwede po. Marami pa pong nag-aabang sa baba. Ito si Sir Bongo. Ilan na tao sa sulod man? Wala na siguro na. Dito po si Ma'am Elizabeth, tsaka si Omar Duterte, Congressman ng 2nd District. Elizabeth, nanay po ni Ma'am VP Sara, tsaka Baste, at tsaka Kongpolo. Ayan, baka sumunod na din si Ma'am VP Sara, tsaka si Vice Mayor Baste Duterte. po ni Congressman Polo. Congrats, sir. Lapitin ng chick si sir, ah. Liwat sa papa. Kilig. Ayan, dumana rin si Rigo, councilor po ng 1st District. Councilor Rigo Duterte. Anak po yan ni Congressman Polo. Nagbawas naman daw si Baste. Okay. Tira ko sa gawas. Ito si Senator Bongo. Yung iba dyan humihingi ng tulong. May iba nabigyan na ng pera ni Senator Bongo kasi humihingi ng tulong. Yung iba binigyan ni Senator Bongo ng bola, eto estudyante. Nagpa-picture tapos binigyan ni Senator Bongo ng basketball. Yung iba naman may pinapabigay si Senator Bongo ng mga sombrero. Ayan. Ito nagtitinda ng mani, binigyan yata ni Senator Bongo ng pera. Mga estudyante binigyan ng bola.
Pwede ka pipigil mo. Sino? Pinananap ko ito. Wala mo nang i-release. Insa ka lang. Si Rody. Asa si wala niya i-release mo. Kaya kung sa man kaya wala, traffic impact pa na sa. Traffic impact sa. Traffic impact at traffic, sige lang, impact sa.
Bukod sa inauguration, meron din tayo dito art exhibit and dito sa Rizal Park ng Davao City. Food bazaar. At syempre may libreng lugaw.
Sir, asa ka sir?
Agi lang. Oh, vlog lagi. Duty. Antod. Hapon.
Ada bigat ni Hel. Sana. Sana.
Hindi ko matanaw. Wala, anak na darang.
Nagkari ko ako dari merienda.
Lugaw, tsaka Lomi. Po yung City Hall ng Davao City. Ayan. Yan po sana manunungkulan or yung office ni Mayor Rody Duterte po. Kung makakauwi po sana si PRRD at sana makauwi na soon para magsilbing mayor ng Davao City. Yan mga kababayan, maraming salamat sa mga nanood. Pa-like and share na lang po ng video para mas makita ng karamihan. Thank you so much mga kababayan. Mag-end live na po tayo. And let's hope bring PRRD home.